doing a beer review of Dan the Man from ItLet'sBrewIt. Dan, if you haven't been to his channel, I'll see if I can remember and put his information down on the bottom there. But just got his beer mail today, as a matter of fact, and thank God it's cold outside because the beers were already kind of cold when I got them, so I can do a beer review first day I get it. Anyway, he sent me 3 really cool beers. This first one here, really cool, man. Check out this bottle. It's called Corporal's Mania, and he's got writing on there. He's got all the description of the beer. I don't have what beer type it is, and I don't know if he sent me a note. I'll go back, and if he did send me the beer style, I'll post it. I'll put a little scrolling thing here across the bottom of the screen. But it's a strong beer. This thing is 9 point. I don't have my glasses on. 9 point. I don't know if that's 8 or 9.3% ABV. A little over 52 IBUs, and he brewed it in November this past year, November 2015. And he's got this description here. I'll read it real quick. It's very cool. It says Corporal's Mania. It says, nature made him mean, smallpox made him hideous, and his degraded habits made him loathsome. His most manly taste did not rise above the kind of military interest which has been defined as Corporal's Mania. And I should have done some research to see if I know who this guy is. Anyway, so without further ado, I'm going to crack this bad boy open. 9 point something percent. Ooh, nice kiss. I would guess he bottle conditions these things. I can't see the bottom, but he's got a pretty good foam there up top. But let's get the pour. Nah, I bet you he. Whoa, what's coming up? I bet you he ferments it and then bottles it off the kegs. I don't see anything in the bottom there. So I'll go ahead and pour the rest of that in there. Okay, just overall appearance. It's a nice, you can see it's a nice, almost opaque. I would call it a really dark red cherry kind of color in the bottom there. But it's nice and black up top. The head looks amazing. Look at these big bubbles in this thing. Nice big tan, freaking foamy, frothy head. It's absolutely gorgeous. And when I was pouring it was pouring out kind of not syrup, but not watery. I mean, it was just the right, kind of viscosity, if that's the right word to use. So anyway, yeah, appearance, rocking it. Let's hope it smells as good as it tastes. Let's hope it smells and tastes as good as it looks. Let's try that. So aroma, I can't really, again, I don't have a good nose. It doesn't smell like there's any hops in there that I can discern. I do smell a little bit of malt, but that's about all I get. So we'll go in for a taste. A taste of the Corporal's Mania. Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. This thing is a flavor bomb. Holy moly. I would guess it's it tastes like a stout, and I'm going to guess it's an imperial stout because it's 9 point something percent. And I know Dan happens to love him some imperial stouts because I remember his review of my smoked Virginia Imperial Bourbon stout that I submitted for the SJ Pour Challenge. This thing frickin' rocks, man. I wish you would have submitted this for SJ Pour Challenge. But it's kind of the right temperature. It's not too cold. It's little cooler than, I don't know, it's probably high 50s or mid 50s, I would say, the temperature. And the carbonation is perfect. The flavor, it's not like super bitter, There's enough bittering so that you get a nice warm, kind of on the way down, and maybe that's the alcohol, because I know there's got some alcohol in it. If you look at the lacing, you see these nice little see those little suds kind of slipping down there. Look at those legs. Look at that. Oh yeah, there's some alcohol in that bad boy. I'm gonna have to sip this throughout the rest of the night. I remember one of the things about my Imperial Stout when I did it was the taste. And it wasn't really. It was a kind of a real strong bitter and a lot of sweetness too, because I put a lot of lactose in it. And you probably got that. But it left this very lingering bitter, like bam. And I remember Dan described it as like it's freaking, sitting down on your tongue and it's not going anywhere for a while. This is not like that. It's probably about medium, I guess. It's a nice, rich, chocolatey, not too sweet, not too bitter, perfect, just flavor that hits you and just, I would say it explodes in your mouth, kind of like, mine did with him, but it doesn't linger. It goes away. So it's man, interesting beer. Really love this. And the aroma is really good, because out of the SJ Pour Challenge on the East Coast, a lot of the porters we had a lot of porters, maybe a couple stouts, but they all had the same aroma, if I remember. They all kind of had the same smell to it. This does not. This has a smell all its own. Wow. I think I'm tasting a lot of coffee in this, actually. I don't... Actually, now that I say that, I do kind of smell coffee roast. So I would be interested to know what your, what you put in here, Dan. If you don't want to, put it here in the comments and just shoot me a message if you want to. But anyway, hey, nice beer. I'm going to go enjoy this for the rest of the night because it's, 9-something% and it's going to knock me the hell out. So, cheers, guys. If you haven't traded beer with Dan, you need to, you need to, because this is the first beer of 3 I've gotten, and I got 2 other ones in there that are really, really cool, and I can't wait to crack them open. So, cheers.